Hey everybody, welcome back to the Movie Pod. My name is Isaac, and we are back joined with Joseph today. How you going today, Joseph?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
That's good.
Sorry, I
That
wasn't
is
there
good.
yesterday.
That is okay, man. You were busy. You'll be back. Finale for Last of Us next week. That's crazy. Show's nearly over.
Yeah, I don't like to think about it.
Nah, bro. 9 weeks went hella fast. I remember doing episode one review.
Yep.
Like I had nothing. I knew nothing about the show, and yeah, can't wait. Hey, but that means we can start playing the game soon. So W.
Yes, I am excited to do that.
I'm actually really excited too. Start of holidays, I'm gonna start playing. So start of April, can't wait. It shall be fun. Today's episode, we will be going over our hopes, predictions, and theories for episode 2 of The Mandalorian, of season 3 of The Mandalorian, episode 2. We had episode 1 last week, and episode 1 we had our review. If you haven't checked it out yet, it'll be on the end screen of today's video episode. But episode 1 was a solid start to season 3. It definitely probably was the worst. It wasn't a bad episode, but it probably was like the least action-packed Mandalorian episode premiere, and it was also the shortest Disney Plus Star Wars show length. So I hope the lengths do start to get longer. I hope we do get every episode over 40 minutes. They really all should be over 45 minutes. I hope, Mandalorian has been that Star Wars TV show when it's like, it's a real TV show. We've had, like, live action. Like, we've had Book of Boba. That was, it, Book of Boba is basically the Mandalorian 2.5. I
Hmm.
like the Book of Boba. I think it's overhated. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be in it, but I love it. I do think the finale was quite bad, though. Cad Bane was sick in it. Then we have the Kenobi show, which was really not a TV
Let's
show.
not get
That
into that.
Yeah, nah. And then there was what's our other TV? Andor. That was, yeah, you
And
can say that's a real TV show. Andor was so different. Andor was different, and that's what I didn't enjoy. Andor. I did not like Andor. Um, Even if it wasn't a Star Wars show, I don't think I would have liked it anyway. I probably wouldn't have watched it. The only reason I watched it was because it was Star Wars labeled, Star Wars
yeah,
branded, but it didn't feel like Star Wars that show, and I didn't enjoy it. I know a lot of people loved it, but that's just not my cup of tea. I don't really, it was really slow. It was not stuff I like. I like really intense thrillers and action sequences. That's what I like. And when I'm watching Star Wars, I hope I get epic lightsaber duels and people using the Force, Jedi and Sith running around. When I'm watching Star Wars, that's what I hope for. But
yeah,
you know, yeah, and The Mandalorian's been that show where it has all of it. It has every single. It's the most Star Warsy thing we've got since the prequels, or since the Clone Wars, really. But Dave and John do an amazing job on The Mandalorian, and I can't wait for this season to really begin. I think episode 2 is where this season really begins. I feel like episode 1 was catching everyone up to speed, getting everyone in the feel of The Mandalorian again, but I think episode 2 is where season 3 really starts. There
yeah.
are some I don't want to read these leaks. The whole script for episode 2 got leaked. Because
Ooh,
people at the premiere, they saw episode 1 and 2. I didn't even know there was a premiere. I thought there wasn't a public premiere or like red carpet premiere, but there was, but they only saw episode 1 and 2. And so episode 2 script got into the hands of a leaker, and it's been leaked everywhere on Twitter and Reddit. I actually haven't read it. It's literally in front of my eyes right now. I'm closing that tab. I haven't read it, but apparently the episode. I've watched like people breaking it down without spoilers, but apparently the episode. I won't get into spoilers. I don't even want to. But it's heavily focused on Bo-Katan and her. It really sets her up for this season, and starts the rivalry between her and Din. So that's gonna be cool. I said it before, but I think this season will be the most Mandalorian season we have got of the Mandalorian. Mandalorian culture, so many more Mandos, the dark saber being a big thing. And Bo-Katan just given up, and so she doesn't care anymore. So I think her character this season is gonna be very, very cool. And yeah, I think season 2 is where episode 2 is where it really kicks off. Yes, yeah, this script, I can't help. I'm
Are
not gonna
you
read
having
it.
a look at it?
I don't want to read it. It's in front of my eyes right now. I just closed the tab, but
I mean,
I can't help
I like
myself.
Bo-Katan as a character, but again, this is something that I think it'll do well. I think it'll be a good episode, but this is what I mean about. We said it last episode. There's 8 episodes,
Oh, okay.
and there's so many different storylines. I don't know how it's going to get juggled.
I agree. And the Ahsoka shows, I don't know how that's gonna do that because the Ahsoka show is set in so many different timelines: Mandalorian era, the Rebels era, Clone Wars era, prequel era. It's jumping like I don't know how long the Ahsoka show is gonna be. It's gonna have to be long because it's jumping between so many timelines. Like Mandalorian era
Time periods, yeah.
time periods, and I don't know. I feel like Mandalorian will slow down with that, and it's gonna focus on the Mandalorians, and then Ahsoka's when it gets freaking crazy. That show's gonna go mad. That show will literally break the internet. I couldn't help, but
Yeah.
I skimmed over the script, and I just read a few things. I didn't read the full thing, but I skimmed over it. I can't help myself. And the episode it sounds dope from what I read. I read one line that I wish I didn't read. But that's crazy. That's gonna be crazy. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to spoil you, Joseph, but that I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna just go close, like actually fully close the tab, like exit out of it. But those leaks are up on Reddit if anyone wants to go read them. But yeah, this episode is heavy. Episode 2 is apparently, according to the leak strip, is going to heavily involve Bo-Katan and the underworld of Coruscant.
Yeah, we see that. You want to buy some death sticks,
Yeah, yeah.
or just Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, literally. And apparently this episode of Mandalorian is gonna go into like the underworld of Mandalore. So
Yes, so they
where
took
the
that a little bit
Beskar and
where the
all that is.
caves,
Yeah, the caves.
caves of Mandalore.
Yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. Din and we do see a clip in the trailer when Din turns on the light and he's like walking around in there with Grogu. And that scene looks so like it looks so good. Um, Now I just remember that we're going to Coruscant as well. Okay, this season is going to be so much more than just the Mandalorians, but this season has so much, and I don't know what to expect next. I feel like episode 4, Dave Filoni's written one, comes out on my birthday. That's going to be a
Yes.
nice present because that's surely got to be the Order 66 flashbacks, right? Bro, getting
It's what
Order
you really
66.
want, hey?
I hope so, dude. It's gotta be. The Order 66 flashbacks will be an episode Dave writes. It will be. That'll be one. He's only writing 2
Surely.
episodes. Um, this is the season Dave isn't involved in the most. Like he's not involved in Bad Batch season 2. He's not as involved in Mandalorian season 3 as he has past seasons because he dedicated all of his energy and time into the Ahsoka show. So
Yeah.
it's a win loss situation. We're getting not much Dave for Clone Wars and Bad Batch, for Mandalorian and Bad Batch, but we're getting all of Dave, peak Dave for the Ahsoka show, and the Ahsoka show is gonna that show will take top 1 place for best Star Wars show. It's gonna happen. That show's gonna go mad, and I really hope it comes out winter for us, summer for
I can't wait for
Americans.
winter, man.
I hope it does, but the thing is, 2 Disney
It's
Plus
so hot
movies.
today.
No, frick winter, bro. Frick winter.
Ah,
Winter is cold. No, to not live in Australia. Australia doesn't have 4 seasons. We have 2 seasons. We're in autumn right now, which is the fall,
literally.
and it's literally just the middle of summer. It's freaking so hot. Like I'm literally sweating on my chair. Like
Yeah.
I'm on a leather chair, and my sweat is on. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We're 7 days into March. But then winter,
Oh,
it's
we
so
can tomorrow.
cold. It's so
Yeah, but you can
cold.
control your heat in winter. You snuggle up. You get a big
No,
blanket.
bro, not when you have to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to school.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be you. Couldn't be you. So, I hate winter, but then I hate summer. When I'm in summer, I want to get out of summer. But then when I'm in winter, I want to get out of winter. Nah, I just can't be happy. Just can't be happy, Just don't come to Australia. Worst freaking weather. Just live at the beach. No, I'd live at the beach. Then when it's winter,
I don't know. Yeah.
just winter stuff. But then summer's freaking hot. But I don't think the Ahsoka show will come out then. Recessio Dawson said it was, but two Disney Plus movie. Me and Tony from Sit Talk were going over this. Everyone, go check out my episode with Tony from Sit Talk. I appeared last Friday, and it was a load of fun. Go check it out if you haven't yet. But we talked about it, and he said that there's two Disney Plus movies coming out in July. So they Disney Plus are gonna want to push them because Ahsoka will wipe them out of the part, and so Ahsoka's. Let's feel realistic. Ahsoka's gonna be end of the year, bro. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be the end of the year. We're not getting Skeleton Crew this year. It's gonna be pushed into next year. Acolyte's gonna be pushed into next year, and it's typical Lucasfilm Disney. We're only going to be getting Manda now, and then it's going to be a dry period until the end of the year. Maybe like October, but I must say it's going to be spring for us. We're going to get spring for us. So what's that? That's fall for everybody for America.
Between July and December. So September, October, November is spring for us.
Yeah, and
December, January, and February is summer.
yeah. I mean, in
What
March.
just
No,
want to start?
I can't March as summer. It's always hot around my birthday. I can always still go in the pool on my birthday.
Yeah.
My birthday's at the end of March. So
Oh, that's a shout. I might go for a swim after this.
yeah, I was thinking about going for one today after I got home from my exam. Like, but then the
Put some
pool's
cardio in.
the pool's too cold.
Yeah.
It's too hot outside the pool, but then it's too cold in the pool. Don't worry. But what do you think's without you knowing anything about the leaks? What are your hopes for this episode?
Well, before you told me it was Bo-Katan, I was hoping it wasn't going to be Bo-Katan.
I think it could be okay. I think it could get really dark with her. I reckon she's going to go on a rampage.
I think it'd be a great episode. Don't get me wrong. Like I like the character. I like the character.
I think
I think it's going to be a fantastic episode.
I think it'll be a very dark episode. Bo-Katan tries to kill Grogu. I'm saying it. She tries to kill him.
No, she'll use Grogu to try to get the Darksaber back.
And then she'll kill Grogu.
But yeah, Grogu dies and this episode goes.
Yeah, guys, no more Grogu. Grogu's pointless.
No more Grogu.
Green thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think she will. I think it'll be a great episode, but I'm worried that. So we had this fear before we knew that it was going to be a Bo-Katan episode that there's not going to be enough time to explore every storyline.
Exactly. I don't know what they're going to do. And
we were afraid of this last week before we knew about this episode. So
episode 1 was only 37 minutes. Episode 2 clocks in at 42 minutes.
Oh, so about 38 minutes long with credits.
Yeah. So like 5 more minutes than episode 1. They have so much to do. They showed us a lot in the trailer. They have so much to explain. And there's only 8 episodes. And if they're only around 40 minutes, I don't know how they're going to do it. Because episode 1's gone. Okay, episode 1's gone. It started the season okay, but it's kind of a waste of an episode, which it wasn't. But with the amount they have to explain, it kind of is. Because nothing really happened. But it's catching everybody back up to Grogu and Mando. And then if episode 2 is on Bo-Katan, I don't know how much they want to actually explain. Bo-Katan's a sick character. Back Clone Wars days. And
I think she should have her own TV series.
Yeah.
But,
after the Clone Wars. I
just don't know. I'm worried that it's going to be. I'm worried that we're going to start getting incomplete storylines, and because it takes. Yeah. Yes, COVID made it such a big gap between between season 2 and season 3. I get that, and we shouldn't have to wait as long for season 4. But still, if they give us a storyline and we have to wait until season 4, and it's a really good storyline, and I have a feeling it's going to happen with some things because 8 episodes
Well,
all being roughly 40 minutes. So, I think the season is going to have a lot of. I think the season is going to lose fans.
okay. I think the viewership will be a lot lower for this season. I do because I think it's been 2 years without Mando. People have forgotten about it. Like anyone really watched Mando. Any single person, like even if they weren't Star Wars fans, like a lot of people watched Mando. Like just normal, regular people watched Mando. Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and I don't know. With these other shows coming out, it's turning like Marvel. You have to watch this show to understand this. It's turning into that, and Boba Fett with Grogu going back to Mando. People were confused about that when they saw the
Yeah,
trailer. Like, you look at the comments, people are like, "Why is Grogu with Mando?" Because people didn't watch Boba Fett,
yeah.
and
It's not that like you shouldn't have to. Again, this
no,
is. I don't
and
think
that's
this is
what
a fault of
Marvel's
Dave
failing.
or
That's
John.
what,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I think Disney told John and Dave, "Oh, we need a show out now. Mando is our best show. But it's gonna be 2 years without Mando. So can you just put something in the middle of that?" And I think that was the Boba show. I do. That show was hella rush. Yeah, it's overhated, but it should have been better. The Book of Boba Fett should have been better.
and it didn't feel like Boba, but
No, Boba
I
was a
have a
soft,
feeling
soft thing.
that I'm just worried. Like, so we're supposed to get Mandalore, and we're gonna have a split episode between Din Djarin on Mandalore and then Bo-Katan, right? That's what this episode's supposed to be roughly.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's fine, cool, whatever. But does that mean now that we're not gonna get? I'm not saying definitely, but does that mean that we might not get a fleshed out Mandalore episode in which was super hyped up, and then again, is this going to happen on the Coruscant episode where it's going to
Okay,
be half and half? Where
okay. Yeah, you have a good point. A lot of the footage
like,
in the trailer of like of the Mandalorians we've got in episode 1. So what if they do? What if we don't get the Mandalore episodes we're expecting? Because a lot of that footage in the trailer we've already got of like the Mandalorians in packs. We've
yeah,
got a
so
lot of that already.
now that's overhyping the show, which to me is such like overhype is worse than anything else you can do.
Mm,
You can delay a show, fine. You
yeah.
can you can hardly promote the show, fine, cool. If you overhype it, that's where people
Yeah.
leave. That's where people get the
Yeah.
most disappointment from. It's
Yeah.
because yes, it might not be your own fault. It might not be the company's fault, but if you're showing things that are going to bring a crowd and then they don't get what they want out of it, at least to an extent, then next time that they watch your trailer for the next season, they're going to be like, "Oh, damn,
Yeah. No,
they lied to me
definitely.
last time. Like, I didn't like it last time." What's Cyberpunk? Great example. One of probably the most overhyped games
Oh,
of all time.
yeah.
Absolute disaster. What was something more so recent that got super overhyped?
Kenobi
We've
shows a
definitely
prime
spoken.
example.
Yes,
Ewan
Kenobi
and
show.
they were promoting the heck out of Ewan and Hayden coming back. They had so many
Yeah,
interviews
no,
with
yes,
them. All you
that
got
is a
was
good.
Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi are back. Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor are back as Obi-Wan and Anakin. And that show was
We see them. We hardly see them. Oh, sorry, we hardly see them together. I should say.
not even the Kenobi show, it's called a Reva show.
Yeah, like it's and if they're going to keep doing that with other shows, they're going to lose a fan base. And Mandalorian doesn't deserve to lose a fan base. I think it definitely won't be as like uh as reduced as what say Obi-Wan was. Mandalorian has such like a stronger, more firm fan base, and I trust that it'll still do fantastic. But if they're not giving us what we think they're giving us, they're going to struggle.
Oh, 100%.
Um,
100%. And, even if you look at the trailers, how many views the trailers got? Okay, season
yeah,
1, over like 44 million. Season 2, 50 something million. Season 3, 7 million.
only 7 mil.
Only 7 million.
Jesus, that's
Yeah,
such a
that
drop.
it is. That's terrible, man. And it shows Star Wars is falling off. It does. Holy crap! I think they
It shows that
can.
Disney's falling off.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. They are. And they're the ones that are in control of Star Wars, and that's a huge shame. And like, Dave and John can't do anything really. They can't do everything. They're already doing so much. But it needs Star Wars needs to be in the hands of another company. It's not gonna get better. We thought 2023 could be its year, but we've already seen
Yeah,
delay. Uh, you know, Skeleton Crew's not coming out this year. Acolyte's definitely not. Ahsoka's gonna get pushed to the last quarter of the year. They want to have a dead period again. When Mando finishes, there's all
yeah.
that time if Ahsoka does come out in the last quarter of the year. And
And if Mandalorian doesn't reach expectations, there's going to be a
yeah,
problem. I
there
think
will
it
be.
will,
Um,
but
I don't. Okay, to the general audience, I don't think it'll be the best season. I think it will be the
really,
most Star Warsy season. I can't really say that. I feel like it's
yeah,
more Star
I
Wars
get what you
lore.
mean.
I feel like this season is gonna be more Star Wars lore with Mandalore. But then again, that might not even happen.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. This is what I mean about the Mandalore. And then if it's going to be a cross episode, right? That means, say you give 20 minutes per. So like if you look at a lot of
Like,
shows, just that would come out weekly, like your sitcoms or just like your
uh,
weekly free to
uh,
air TV shows.
uh.
There would be 2 to 3 different storylines in there between
Yeah,
across the different characters, right?
yeah,
So a 20-minute episode, 10 minute, roughly 10 minutes worth of screen time for both storylines.
yeah.
So for a 40-minute episode, we'll just round up to 40 minutes.
Mm.
We're going to see probably about 15 to 20 minutes of Bo-Katan in this episode, which is fine. But if it's missing out on Mandalore, which is what people want
Mm.
predominantly, like on average, yes, I would like to know more about Bo-Katan. But if they're showing me Mandalore, and again, if this is what they do for the Coruscant episode, which I think will be one of the more exciting
Yeah,
episodes,
yeah.
and then like I have a strange feeling that the episode in which they do Coruscant will be the episode that we have the Order 66 flashbacks.
You reckon? I hope
I
not.
think they're too close together. I
Frick.
think they're going
No,
to visit Coruscant.
okay.
They might even go into the Jedi Temple, and then Grogu has a flashback.
Shit, dude. We didn't even know what's in the Jedi Temple. We don't know what Palpatine does with it. That's what I was hoping to get in Andor. With being on Coruscant, like take us to Jedi Temple where Palpatine has his new office. Like, what has he done to it? Is it a Sith Temple now? We don't know. We literally know nothing.
Yeah,
Maybe in books or
but
comics, but nothing I've
but
read. Nothing.
because they are showing multiple storylines,
Yeah. Well, we
there
know Doctor.
each storyline will suffer.
We know Dr. Pershing is on Coruscant from the trailer, but we also know Mando and Grogu both go to Coruscant. So what? Fake, I don't know. Cloning. What if they have to go to the Jedi Temple because that's where Palpatine built his all new office? What if they go there? The old Jedi Temple, it's now Palpatine's thing. They go there because Dr. Pershing goes there because he needs something from Palpatine for the cloning him and something. It's so deep. And then what if Grogu and Mando go with him,
Mm-hmm.
and when Grogu's in there, he sees the flashback we're gonna get. They have to walk through that room. When the door opens and he sees that room, we get the flashback, and it's a long flashback. Please don't be like 30 seconds, because if they threw that in the trailer, it's gonna be long, right?
You'd think so, but we don't know. And
Okay,
yeah,
it,
I'm kind of worried for the season. Just from the first episode, we could
yeah,
come out next season, like we could come out tomorrow night and be like, I was wrong. I'll
yeah,
concede that. I want
yeah,
to be wrong.
yeah. Me too. I Okay. Whoever is behind that door in the flashback, I think will determine
Will blow
how
this whole thing open.
yeah, will determine how happy people are with the season overall, because it's going to be a highlight. Whoever that is, if it's clone troopers, people are going to be disappointed. We got to be realistic. We can't expect fan service, but well, we really can with Dave and John, honestly. But if it's Anakin, I strongly believe it could. Like, what if Hayden just filmed his scenes when he was filming Kenobi or when he was filming Ahsoka. What I want it to be is Anakin goes in there, chops down the Jedi Masters, is about to kill Grogu, but Palpatine comes in and tells Anakin to stop and says, "We need him," and Palpatine takes him. That's what I want.
Yeah, but then they have to go and explain.
I
See,
don't care
I like that, but
because
I don't know how they're going to explain how he got out in the first place.
I know that's more
How
of
did
Palpatine.
Grogu escape?
Okay, so okay, what if Palpatine? What if Grogu was with Palpatine the whole time throughout the entire original trilogy? He's with Palpatine in a Star Destroyer or on no, not the Death Star because it gets blown up. But I don't know. He's with Palpatine. Dave and John could do this, and maybe when Palpatine dies, Grogu's on a ship. And then I don't know, the ship deactivates. I don't know, maybe someone steals the ship. Grogu's in it. They don't know, and then Grogu ends up where he is at the start of season 1 when someone's got a bounty on him. Because what if then? Frick, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Frick.
think.
Yeah,
But
there's so
just back to this
much.
episode.
This.
Like back to tomorrow night's episode. It'll be good, but I'm worried we're gonna miss out on content because they choose to like.
Yeah.
I would much rather just a few episodes of. I don't know. I guess I understand that they want to grow the universe, but
The show's not long. The season's not long enough. It's like they
exactly,
don't. They have a limited time, and like with
exactly.
I don't understand why it's 8 episodes. It should be 12, dude. They give Andor 12, and
They could do 15 episodes and it would work fine.
it could.
They could give a full episode of Bo-Katan. They could even put a filler episode in, and people will still like it.
Because if it's
Like,
Star Wars lore, yeah, it's gonna be limited fan base there. If it's fan service, really anyone loves good fan service. But then if
and
it's
then if
just
you can keep going for another month, which means
yeah, more money.
more. Like they take advantage of
Yeah, I don't know,
they
dude.
give Buddy Bad Batch 16 episodes where it's significantly lower viewership. I get that
I th-
Mandalorian is significantly harder to make because it's live action, but the money.
I think Bad
Okay,
Batch is that thing, is that type of TV show, especially with Star Wars, where in years we look back at the Bad Batch and go, "Oh my god, the Bad Batch was epic," but because it's weekly, and the episodes we get that
yeah,
are filler, we remember that. So we're like, "Oh, Bad Batch. What if it's filler again?" But then when the show is finished, we go back and
it's not that
only
bad.
focus on the good episodes, exactly like the Clone Wars. There are so many filler
Yeah,
episodes of
so
the Clone Wars, but we look back at it as the greatest show ever because of the good stuff in it. And I think the Bad Batch is that show. I think Bad Batch they should release all at once.
yeah, but if somebody does the math, so say they put X amount of money into one episode of The Mandalorian, I can guarantee that they make that money back per episode.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's I wonder
I
if
think
Dave and John want longer seasons of The Mandalorian, or they're doing this on purpose. Because to me, I don't know.
I think it's
It's
out
really
of Dave
annoying.
and John's control. I believe this season's there is $100 million budget. So like 12,
Okay,
12 million each episode, which is reasonable.
yeah, or that's going to be for 48 a month, $48 million a month. Do Disney make $48 million a month
Not last year.
in Disney
You
on
know,
Disney Plus?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They do $48 million a month.
yeah. They do, but then not. It wouldn't be profit. It'd be
No,
it'd be revenue, but not profit.
but that's not including the marketing. That's not
Yeah,
including
exactly. Yeah,
people rewatching it. I don't know. Mathematically, I'm sure that they figured it out, but then again,
yeah. I don't know. Well,
I'm not so sure.
something came out today or the other day. Um, Last year, Disney made no profits on their films and shows. The only way Disney was able to stay a business last year and and they laid off 9,000 employees because they couldn't afford them
Holy
anymore.
crap!
The only profit they made last year was from their parks. Their theme parks are the only things that are keeping them
So,
alive at the moment. They made
so you're
nothing off their movies.
telling me,
Obviously Avatar they did. They made 2 billion. But
yeah,
besides that, that was at the end of the year. Besides that, they didn't make any money back from their Disney Plus shows because the amount of money they're putting in, they didn't actually get a profit, like money coming back. They got revenue, of course, people are subscribed, but profit.
so you're
Um,
telling me that they're
the only
so,
profit they got was their theme parks.
so shouldn't they slow down on the amount of shows and give us
Yeah,
better quality?
exactly. And I think
This
they're
is
realizing that with the delays. Okay, with the delay of the Marvels, I think Marvel Studios is realizing that they're giving the Marvels more time to be better with visual effects. Delaying the Star Wars shows, yeah, it's frustrating because I just want Star Wars. But if it means it's going to be a better show, then sure. You know, I'm annoyed because I was promised this date. But if it means it will
yeah,
be a better show and I'll be happy after I watch the show, then sure. And so maybe they are realizing that, and they just had to do these few delays, and then next year, they they start things. Yeah, I feel like they're
yeah,
focusing on the movie, the sequel trilogy movie. Which is a big mistake, buddy. Yeah, because they money down the drain. We'll see. We'll see. It just amazes me what goes through their heads there, because so many more profitable things they could be doing. But hey, they're the smart ones, eh? They know what they're doing.
yeah,
Um, Wrapping it up, we got episode 2, season 3 of The Mandalorian tomorrow. I'm hyped. I'm happy The Mandalorian is back. It's an amazing show. Dave and Sean, I love them. They know what they're doing with Star Wars. They're the only ones at Star Wars that know what they're freaking doing now. So I'm hyped for it. We'll have our review out tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. Let us know what you think the episode will be about and anything. Any last words before we head off tonight?
um, no, I'm just
Hope
happy
it's
we
a
have
good
Star Wars back.
episode. Yeah, yeah. I hope
Like
it's
live
good.
action Star Wars, I should say.
Yeah, and I hope it's good. But I'm hyped. It's the Mandalorian. It's Dave and John. So who wouldn't be hyped? But anyway, guys,
Yeah,
we will see you tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think tomorrow's episode of the Mandalorian will be about. Are you hyped for it? And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.